Hello. I know it's been a while, but I am going to start making daily videos again. And excuse me if today's video isn't as natural sounding as previous videos. It's been so long since I've done this that what was natural, looking into a camera and talking, now doesn't feel so natural. It feels like when I first started making videos, not as bad because I have had some experience with it, but not as great as it was, not as natural as it was. I guess I stopped making videos around late October, early November because my schoolwork in college really did start piling up. Things got more rigorous, there were more exams, and because my intent was transferring, I had to make sure I had A's in all my classes. I did transfer. I'm now going to be going to BU, Boston University, and I'm going to be studying electrical engineering there. I'm transferring from Suffolk University, where I was studying pure math. There were a few other things that were also going on in my life that made it difficult to make videos consistently. Because of schoolwork ramping up, I didn't really have time to sit and think about ideas like I previously did. My videos would become these advice-giving sessions. I would act like a preacher, and I don't want to be a preacher. I wasn't satisfied with what I was discussing on videos, but now I'm in a place where I can think again, where I have the time to think, where I'm having thoughts that I used to have again. And that's why I'm starting these videos up again. So today's video, and I'm going to refer to my notes because I wrote a few things that I wanted to discuss. Today's video is going to be revolving around emotion, or the lack of emotion that I see in my generation. For some reason, interactions or expressed emotion from those I speak to, those I meet, it's so bland. You see, it's like there's this filter, and when a person goes through it, at least in my generation, it filters out, it strains out all of the flavor in them, the spice, the richness. It's all this strained out, and you get this bland mush. It's like if you had a big pot of porridge and you put your whole hand in it. That's what it feels like to talk to them. True emotion, it's just not present in them. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but their entire personalities, their entire interactions, they're either sarcasm, some sort of weird, dry comedy, or formality. Just pleases and thank yous and politeness. And beyond that, it doesn't seem like there's anything else. There's no anger. There's no sadness, deep sadness. There's no hatred. There's no love or romance. There's no joy. And the emotions they do express that are similar to those are a blander version. It's like it's this mushed version of it. Like anger, it's expressed as slight annoyance. Love especially, it's a very pure emotion. Love is a very pure thing. It's voluntary self-sacrifice. That's not expressed as that anymore. Love isn't even expressed. Yeah, people don't have that love. They don't know what the meaning of it is. Now you have just like or preference. You prefer someone. There's not this burning desire. I mean, even joy, right? I mean, you can call it happiness, but happiness itself has been reduced down. And you see people, I see people, they could be on Instagram, they could be laughing together, but is it true happiness? Is it a happiness that carries over even after the experience that is causing the happiness is finished? Or is it this sort of momentary happiness in which you're ignorant, essentially, to reality while you're in that experience that's giving you happiness? But then once it ends and you go back to your house or your room, your happiness completely fades away. What sort of happiness is it? What sort of joy is it? Because to me, that's not joy. Momentary animalistic happiness isn't joy. They're two very different things. And it's not like these emotions are gone. These emotions are part of human psychology. Anger doesn't just fizzle out in one generation. Anger isn't something that can be fizzled out. It is a biological reaction. Everyone's afraid of saying what they truly think, and everyone's afraid of expressing how they truly feel. And if you express true anger, right, or true joy, or a deep, true sadness, you're ostracized. You're seen as a lunatic. Why? Why must we be these blank and bland people? So right now I am doing an internship. And as the introductions were happening, day one, right, there was this person sitting in the front row. And one of the presenters said a joke. And then that person, he laughed only for a moment, hesitated, stopped, looked back to see if anyone else was laughing. They were. And then he continued laughing. It's like our emotions must be conforming to each other. Any emotions that are unlike the group's emotions are just deemed wrong, which I find absurd. There's so much we have to conform to already. Right? There's so much that if we deviate from, we'll be ostracized. So why must we conform in emotion as well? Because this isn't just displayed emotion that I'm talking about. This is now becoming, or has become, experienced emotion. By dulling down your displayed emotion, you, over time, dull down your experienced emotion. How we react to things, how we behave, is a great influencer, or even one of the largest metrics of our personality. Funny enough, when I started going to Suffolk, especially in the first 2 months, I didn't want to spend time with frivolous people. I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to meet the wrong people, because the wrong people can be very harmful. One thing I saw a pattern in people. By just a few metrics, I could intuitively guess what a person's thoughts, personality, and experience was. Men and women, both. We've become so bland that we as humans have become, at least in my generation, have become groupable in terms of personality, experience thoughts, emotions. Our society emphasizes so much individuality. But the funny thing is that as individuality has increased, the uniqueness of people has decreased. And I could be wrong, but were people not more unique before? Why I think they were is because I truly believe in the uniqueness of each soul. And I believe the soul comes from something divine, not of this world. There are 3 parts to each life, each human life: the body, the mind, and the soul. The soul, body, and mind are each unique in their way, but the soul is the most unique. No 2 souls are exactly alike. Every soul is vastly different, and every soul, when placed into a human, when they're born, greatly influences their life. And you may ask, oh, but prove this scientifically. No, there's no proof of it scientifically. That's why it's a belief. Spirituality, religion, these things have, in a way, died. And the thing making us unique, the thing making us very unique, our souls, aren't recognized by the people who hold them. They're not recognized. There are certain things that make a soul grow. A soul doesn't grow automatically. Pain is one of those things. Growth, vision, knowledge, wisdom, it comes with pain. It all comes with pain. Everything grows with pain. And just as your wisdom and intuition grow with pain, so does your soul. I'm not saying that these people don't have pain. They do. But they are unable to recognize that pain. They don't know what the meaning of that pain is. And senseless pain does not help you grow. There must be meaning to your pain. There must be a why to your pain. Pain without recognition does not lead to growth. I haven't met enough people to confirm all of my beliefs, but of the many, many people that I have met, this has held true. And very few people that I've met have been able to escape this great filter and be aware of this great filter, this blandening, as I'll call it. And it's really sad because I talk to people. I interact with them. I look at their eyes, and there's this glimmer in their eyes that's missing. There's this magic in their eyes that's missing. It's like I'm not even talking to a human being. They have their body, they have a mind, but their soul, the thing that is making them human, it seems to be missing. If you disagree with anything I'm saying or have anything to add, please tell me. I'm guessing there are a few things that I wanted to talk about, but it slipped my mind. If there are any holes in the video, as I'm editing, I'll either put a note in or I'll put it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.